Hey guys, it's me Astrid, and today I want to come at you with an orchid recovery miracle, okay? This is a miraculous orchid recovery and we're going to talk about it. I'm going to take my little guy out of here. So, what is this orchid that stands before you and is very small despite the perspective on the camera? So this orchid is called Galeandra batemanii. And a few years ago, Rachel from Gardening at Duenza posted her Galeandra, I forget the exact species, but she posted a Galeandra, and it was this little petite plant that didn't grow like even more than 10 inches tall, and it was so cute, and it had these beautiful like trumpety alien looking flowers. And I said, I have to have one. So I went to the orchid show, and lo and behold, there was a Galeandra there, batemanii, and that's the one that I have right here before you. And you can see it is in spike, this little tiny spike, and look how small it is compared to my hand. I'm just like up close here because you need to see how cute and little it is. So this orchid has been through a lot, and this orchid, I think I had it like potted in semi-hydro or something, and it wasn't really liking that. I can't remember exactly what happened, and I might have done videos on this orchid before, but a lot of the pseudobulbs on this orchid rotted away. Now, the Galeandra orchids are part of the Catasetinea tribe. There are some Galeandra and Catasetum crosses called Catasandra, so they do exist, and that's how closely these are related. So their care is pretty similar, and the bulbs will rot if you mistreat them. But yeah, this had rotted down, and it rotted down to something about like a half size of this bulb. Like the top had dried off, and all I had was 1/2 of one bulb of this size, and that was it. And I sat it down, I think, in this container on moss, and I said, you know, it's probably going to die, but I'm going to see what I can do. So I put it in moss, I watered it consistently, and a little tiny growth came. So the first growth came, I think it was this one. And then the second growth came, and it was a little bigger this one. And the third growth came, and it was a little bigger this one. And the fourth, and this year, the fifth growth, you can see, is quite a lot bigger. It's maybe 5 times the size of this old one here. And it got so big and so thick and so happy that it finally decided to make a few blooms for me. And I'm ecstatic. I have it growing in moss. You can see I have leca pellets, but what I've been doing is, because the moss is so prone to getting algae and kind of getting rotted on top, and it really breaks down the moss to be full of algae, I've been putting leca pellets on top of the moss so that it acts as a shade and it doesn't allow algae to take hold as much over the moss. And I find that my sphagnum moss doesn't break down quite as quickly when I have little pellets shading it out and minimizing algae growth. I will definitely show you guys when this blooms, be it in a picture on Instagram or dedicating a full video to it, because this is absolutely worth getting its own video. This recovery is really a testament to the resilience of Catasetinea tribe orchids. You know, I don't necessarily have the best conditions to grow Catasetum orchids. When I visited Fred Clark's greenhouse, for instance, I could barely be inside it for more than 10 or 15 minutes in the Catasetum room because it was like 90, 98 degrees and like 80% humidity or some crazy thing, and I am like a meadowland flower. So they like to be bright and hot and wet all the time, and yet they grow pretty well for me, and they're extremely resilient. And this one is a testament to that. And I'm so excited. You know, people online, you know, you'll post a picture of your shitty orchid and you're like, hey, people online, you know, can I recover this? And everyone will say, oh, throw it in the trash. But I wouldn't waste my time on that. But you know, sometimes trying to recover an orchid can be pretty rewarding. So I'll let you guys know when this blooms, but I just wanted to tell you that little story about this little orchid and share in the joy with you. Thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye.